Okay, everybody. Now, welcome to the very first official day of Cancer Clubus. Now, we have Joe Frost, who is here with us, who will be attending Cancer Clubus with us. And we also have Deborah Silverman. And they will be here during this cancer season, and they will at certain times be taking over and offering their connections to the sign with what they do. You know, Deborah Silverman will add in an astrological outlook on it. And Super Nanny will be getting into the real life, or the career of what she does, dealing with families and the emotions and everything tying into cancer, okay? So you should all have one of these books, okay? You should all have one of these books with you, all right? And what I want you to do is I want you to open them up, and inside you can put your birth information. Okay, so your birth information, this is what it looks like. Okay, so it has the date, which includes the day, the month that you were born, and the year. And then the time. The timing is very, very important, especially if you consider my chart. Because it can make a difference on the ascendant sign particularly. And birth location, the place that you were born. Okay, so I want you to do that. And it looks like I know every single person in this room, so I didn't even need to worry about having you, write your first name on a sticky note and then having me having to look at you to remember what your name is. Which is what I would do, if there was some new people in here that I didn't know. Okay, so what's going to be happening today is we're going to be reading the very, very first section. I think we might read all of it, but I don't really know. Maybe we'll try to read about half of it, and we'll break it up into the different subsections, and we'll be discussing quite a bit of it. Okay, so what's going to happen is after we get done with every part that I have to do, then Deborah Silverman will be talking about cancer, and she might actually stand up here at the podium and read off and really, and I want to use the word because it is appropriate, teach you with the reading and ask the questions and discuss with you and do some of the activities, because she is, after all, a professional astrologer, and she probably knows a lot more than I do. Very, very knowledgeable on it. So, I would, who would I be if I wouldn't let, professional astrologer add in, their piece to it, their knowledge on it. So I certainly will have the honor of witnessing that. I think that you'll enjoy it and learn a lot from it. Okay? So after she is done going, and probably teach me new perspectives on things I didn't know, then we're going to be having Joe, who is going to be coming up here and is going to be talking about the real themes of cancer, and we're going to be going over those themes here just real quick, just a second, just to review them, and tying it into what you do as a job. And what Super Nanny does, what Joe does, is she is on Super Nanny, and she goes around to families who are struggling, who those children, they can't get to be, behaviors and disciplining, and also parents' relationships, and also affecting the children. Some of it deals with like step parents coming in. So those are those types of families. The families that are really, almost at breaking point and feeling anger, sadness, and are really struggling. So tying it into Cancer with all the different themes, okay? And we're going to go over those themes right now. Okay, so the themes of Cancer. And remember, I'm going to have these I can statements up here so that you can see. Remember, I can build family connections and relationships. Let's see. Another one is really relish and cherish memories and nostalgia. And also, I can find comfort in a lot of things, and I can feel emotion, I can try to empathize, and I can connect Cancer into real life. I can connect astrology. So, let's see here. Now, I'm going to actually write down at the bottom here a couple of the themes for Cancer, okay? So I need my little marker, if I don't have it already. So, let's see here. So, marker. So the themes of Cancer include home, nostalgia, family, emotion, comfort, and also food is also plays a very, very important part, and i.e. soup. Soup is the big one, like chicken noodle soup. And also the very, very final theme is mom. That's it. Because that's the symbol for Cancer. Is, is mom, and Mother's Day is coming up in July. It's coming up next month, and during that time, we're going to really, really pay tribute, honor, respect, above all, appreciation for mom. We're going to talk about the importance of mom, about this person who, takes care of you, raises, nurtures, comforts, understands, values, empathizes, someone you can look up to, you were born with. And so on July 10th is Mother's Day. July 10th is Mother's Day. And we're going to be tying the Mother's Day into Cancer, because Cancer is the mother's sign. It's the one who feels and gives. And we're going to really pay homage and tribute to that on July 10th, okay? No, it is not May. It is not May. Otherwise, this would be Taurus season, because Taurus is represented by the bull, and it's not really known to be the mother sign of the zodiac. Father's Day, I'm just going to remind you up front that Father's Day is in January. Mother's Day is in July. Okay, so that's what I want to tell all of you. So, that's going to be really, really, really exciting. Okay? So, remember all the themes, I have them written up here. I'll just write down, theme, cancel themes. Remember, home, nostalgia, family, emotion, comfort, with comfort food, and the final one is mom. Okay? So, this is what we're really going to be looking at. Okay? And also with the families, I would recommend bringing along for mom. So, now we have all of this. We have all of this written out. Now we're going to go on to the very, very first reading, which is the introduction. And remember that some of these I want you to read on your own. Some of these I want you to read on your own. I'm going to be asking you to read some of them on your own. Okay, so now I'm going to move forward. Yes. I didn't know about Leo's season. I didn't think that we're going to do anything for Leo's season because I don't have any Leo in my chart. So I don't find a whole lot of importance on Leo. Much at all. So I might just, we might kind of mix things up a little bit, and I might have other plans kind of just, take up space. I might actually have the Gemini Clubus come in. We might finish things off. Or I might have the Aries Clubus come at certain times, and we might read and learn a little bit more. But during the seasons, there's about 3 of them. There's about 3 signs that I don't have in my chart, and they are Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn. During those 3 seasons, we will not be having clubuses. I won't take them very, very seriously. We won't be doing a lot for them. I won't be doing as much as I am for, like, the 9 other seasons that there are. Okay? So, during those times it's going to be dormant, and I might do other things, but when I really come to life is during the seasons that are in my chart. Okay? And from the seasons of Aquarius all the way from now is the time where they're all lined up consistently and without any breaks. So, no, we will not be doing anything for Leo season, but we will be doing Sagittarius season, and then the upcoming Virgo season, like on August 23rd. That's going to be the day where we get into Virgo. And then also November the 23rd, which is the first, round beginning of Sagittarius season, we will be doing Sagittarius. So that's how it's going to work. Any questions, comments, or concerns about that? Wonderful. Okay. So, introduction. Let's see here. So, the introduction. So, this is written by an author called Alice Sparkly Cat. Alice Sparkly Cat. That name sounds like a childish, made up, cartoonish, maybe even fairy tale like name, doesn't it? Alice Sparkly Cat. Interesting name that is. Definitely sounds like the author is a cat. Her name is Alice Sparkles. You see how that sounds? It's very, very simple. Well, she is an Asian author. An Asian American author. I was watching her talking with this Beemore-like woman, who was sitting down and talking about astrology. So they were sitting down and they were just chatting about it, and so yes, I could picture her. And when you see her, you're gonna picture her, doing a lot of things having to do with hygge, which is something that we're going to look at in the coochiest month of the year in July. Um, so we're going to take a look at hygge and that like the rituals and practices, like sipping tea or coffee in the morning and even getting out of the shower and being calm and everything. Really, looking at that, and we're going to be looking at Cancer again in the wintertime. Again in the wintertime. You know what I might actually do? During the opposite seasons, during the times of year when I don't have those signs in my chart, I might have the opposition of that clubus come in and then do the thing. That's really, really smart. That's really, really smart. So during Capricorn season, I might have a little bit of Cancer clubus, I might have a little Gemini clubus, but definitely hone in on the oppositions of those three missing signs. I think that they're very, very interesting signs. I don't have any negatives about them, just that they're not in my chart. So anyway, let's see here. So we're going to be reading the introduction. So it says there are stereotypes of Cancer, and instantaneously feel like we have all forgotten about the strength of Cancer. And you know what I forgot to do, actually? Actually, turn on the back of the book. So from the front cover and then flip it around. There's a little bit of reading. So it just basically talks about what astrology is. So astrology is a vital tool for understanding our place in the world and the universe forces that move us. A cosmic calling rather than a fated destiny, our astrological sign is a key to uncovering our purpose and mission here on Earth. Learn about your sign, growing from child to adult, fits in at work and at school, and functions best as a parent, lover, friend, and more. In these practical and empowering guides to the zodiac signs, contemporary astrologers teach you to use this dynamic language and better understand yourself and the individuals around you. Okay, so that's the synopsis. I just want to go over that real quickly. So, now, I'm going to see if I can get another, bookmark here. Just a second. Okay, so, let's see here. I'm just gonna get another bookmark that I have two. One for the clubus and one for, because I read the introduction already and I'm reading it on my own also, so I have two in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna do one quick thing and make sure that this is tightened. Why does it always come untightened? I really, really don't know. Oh, sometime I'll have it set up. I think that that's the extent of how tight that it can go. Okay. Alright, so does everyone have a copy and turning to page 7? Turning to page 7. Okay, wonderful. So it says, the author is talking about just the look downs on cancer. So it says, I read stereotypes of cancer and immediately feel like we have all forgotten about the strength of cancer. Well, the name cancer, as you all know, is named out of a disease. And a medical condition, so the name. And why not? They cry readily and a lot, except when they don't, and they're easily agreeable, except when they're not. Now, before I go on, has any of you ever seen the show Waiting for God? It's a British sitcom on PBS. Okay, alright. Okay, so there's one character that we're going to be talking about from that show that comes to mind when I'm reading and hearing and thinking about and watching things about cancer. There's one character, and her name is Jane, and the actress who plays her was born on the 28th of June, and she herself is a cancer, so she can embody that very, very well. She is the person who plays in Waiting for God is so incredibly cancer. So incredibly cancer. Extremely sensitive. Very, 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 very emotional. Crying a lot, and everything, and feels things very, very deeply. And also the gentle, genteel, soft, emotional, loving, and sad feeling, mother. And she's kind of, I am drawn into her, but she's a little bit annoying. And that is animated cancer that she puts on is, she's kind of annoying. She's kind of annoying how she just talks, it's really, really fake, and how she cries all the time and goes around like a mother and cares for everything, which is a positive. But I can tell you that the opposition of her, which is the main character, Diana Trent, not a water sign, not a cancer. So she goes around and takes care of people and really feels that she's one of the people who takes care of the old elderly at the retirement home. So we might watch an episode or two of that show during this cancer season to really pay attention to her and look at on the cancer side. And I would say Moon is in Pisces because she does have that dreaminess about her. But I think Cancer is a little bit more emotional, but they're all equally emotional. Remember, Cancer is the earth to the water, Scorpio is the fire to the water, and Pisces is the air to the water. Okay, just the same as saying Aries is the water to the fire, Leo, and Sagittarius is the air to the fire. And I don't even want to say what Leo is. In terms of Earth, I would consider Taurus to be the water to the Earth, Virgo air to the Earth, if you know what I mean, and Capricorn the fire to the Earth. How's Capricorn fiery? And in terms of air signs, I would say Gemini is definitely very, very airy, but also having that fire added to it. Libra, kind of more, emotional, air, but not really having feelings, but not really feeling feelings, so water to the air. And this is going to sound really interesting. Aquarius is the air. It is the Earth to the air, only because it used to be ruled by Saturn, and and it's actually kind of logical with what it talks about, what it wants, really. So that's what I want to just go over real quickly with you. So, let's see here. So it says, though soft and tender, except when they're hard and fierce. Think of the crab, hard exterior, soft interior. And the hard and fierce because they're so sensitive. They never seem to make up their minds and go to and fro like crabs on a beach. Or Cancer and Pisces, one of the best relationships ever. Two fishes going in opposite directions can't make up their minds. Except when they do, and sparks light up because they're angry at you. When those crabs have sparks and when they light up. Cancer's getting angry is probably really, really intense. It's like, it's just like anyone, it's a build-up. Like, cancers get angry having it built up from one point to another. It shows a little, and it shows a little more, and then you get stung. You get stung, because it's unbelievable. So, you may have memories of cancers. There was the girl who suddenly screamed in class as blood ran down her arm before another student took her to the nurse's office. There was my friend who forever talks of pining for his homeland, a place where he did not grow up, stocked with relatives he does not know. He mails me postcards decorated with pictures of homemade bread, with messages such as, "You broke the ocean in half only to meet nothing that wants you, immigrant." Scroll at the back. There's a person in your friend circle who knows just about every other queer person under the sun, and everyone whom everyone reflects to and for without realizing it. Cancer is also very spiritual. It can have a dreamy side, but not as much as Pisces, and incredibly loyal. Like dust to gum on the sidewalk. Beautiful writing. They're attracted to them not because they have so much clout, but simply due to the sense of ease they give to those in their vicinity. There's the activists who undertook the impossible feat of organizing a group of sarcastic 20-somethings for a cause, who let the masculine presenting people in the room take the spotlight in meetings because they spoke louder, but it was the person everyone held the entire event together in the unglamorous late night and early morning hours. So, cancer in terms of the disease in the medical condition. Think of individuals who underwent cancer. They were feeling a lot of pain, a lot of sadness, a lot of emotion, but very, very comfortable in their bed with, you think of people in cancer who want to do something nice for them. White cards that are beautifully decorated, give them nice blankets and nice bed, maybe stuffed animals and nurturing food like hospital cuisine. One of those things is chicken noodle soup. It makes anybody with the cold feel better. Cancer also represents the cold and the healer. So think about that a little bit. Let's see here. So, the things that you might think about cancer, as you all know, is crying, being very, very emotional, overly sensitive, except and get angry a lot, and also a little bit fickle. Can't make up their minds. Um, and so then she goes on to talk about all of the individuals who fall under Cancer. All of the individuals with the scenarios applying to all of the themes that we have written up on the board. So the very, very first one is emotion. If blood was running down your arm, you would be feeling scared. You would be feeling sad and afraid and horrified and disgusted over your look. Then there is the part about nostalgia. Nostalgia. We're going to be taking a look at what nostalgia means. But basically, this man talking about nice place to live, for example, living in Canada, that's nostalgia, this kind of thing. Longing and homesickness. And also, very vivid images about that. Then, let's see here. Then there was the part about comfort. If people were going around to somebody who they looked up, there's also, caregiver, mother. This is where it comes in. Caregiver, mother, nurtures, comforts, someone that people look up to. And again, that loyalty thing. People were flocking to one person when they suddenly were drawn to her because they need her care, nourishment, protection, and feeling, and care and understanding. And then, let's see. And then there's the part about comfort, all about the home and all about things like how comfortable the sheets are of the bed and stuffed animals, and also animals like dogs, and the home life, and being with family is secure, comfortable, happy, safe haven type place, and also going with food.